Bit of a delay on this. Are we on?
There we go.
Hello,
everybody.
hello.
Welcome to this week's live.
Yes, and it's about Christmas.
Whether you love it or hate it, it is part of life.
Yes. Now, can you all hear us? Can you hear us? Good, right, okay. Didn't actually get any reply to that, but, you know.
I think there's a bit of a lag.
We'll
isn't there?
assume that you can hear us. So, basically, we're talking about Q4.
Yeah.
We're talking about Christmas in general. We're talking about all that cobblers that comes
Potentially
with that.
the biggest sales time of the year for resellers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fluffy.
Thank you. Good. I'm glad that you can hear us. Right, anyway. So, we found that with the first year, actually, that we were doing this, that we had quite a good sales year, didn't we? Was it the first and second years, I think.
First and second, because we were specialising in toys, weren't we? So things were flying out, and it was new toys as well that we were getting from Vectis a lot of the time, like boxed things and that. So they were just flying out the door.
When we ran our own Action Man website, however, the sales weren't as great, and we did kind of give up on eBay, didn't we, that year? Because we were concentrating on the website, and we found that we had some kind of large sales towards Christmas, but nothing, not amazing stuff.
No.
And then we went back to eBay and we found, this year will be our first Christmas back on eBay.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty dead for the last couple of weeks, hasn't it? We haven't been doing great, but yesterday sales seemed to pick up. So maybe yesterday was the start of our Q4 rush.
So we'll go straight into what we do for Q4, really. So this isn't just about the kinds of stuff we sell, because realistically we do have little changes in what we sell. Well, not changes, but we add stuff that is more Christmassy.
Yeah.
But this is just about preparations, you know, how we actually get ready for the Christmas season and around Christmas itself, when obviously there aren't going to be the same level of sales and stuff. I find that people do still buy stuff on Christmas Day, don't they?
Yeah.
We have had sales Christmas Day. But, the sort of stuff we sell on the run up to Christmas, what we focus on, I mean, for me, it's Lego, really.
Yeah, because Lego sells any time of year, I think, but especially Christmas, because it's, everyone, or most kids like Lego, don't they? Oh, thank you, Fluffy. Yeah, everyone press the like button and subscribe.
So with the Lego, I find that I concentrate more on the stuff that's boxed, and if it's new in the box, even better.
Yeah.
Because that sells pretty quick on the run up to Christmas. I tend to find the box new in the box, whereas there is stuff that is boxed but not new, but it still seems to sell in dribs and drabs, especially if it's retired.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones that someone might want for their collection, but they find that the actual new sets are too expensive. So they might, have a relative who buys them a second-hand one, and but I tend to find with second-hand stuff, people don't really want to give more second-hand stuff as presents, unless of course it is the more retro kind of stuff you just can't get anymore.
We need to get a movement started of second-hand Christmases where everything has to be second-hand. Oh, thank you for the love, everybody, in the chat, whoever that is, with all the hearts and whatever that else it is.
And what looks like party poppers or some stuff. Who knows?
Who knows? But this year I've started to focus, because we've started something on Etsy, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I've started listing lots of retro type mugs, because that can be quite, everyone loves a cup, don't they? And if you can get one that's a bit unique, and like 80s or 90s style, or 80s or 90s from, people love all that, don't they? We've sold quite a few. We had some ones from the musicals. We've sold 2 or 3 of those now, haven't we, for $8.99 each.
When we ran the Action Man website, actually, we did find that there was a boxed Action Man that did sell for quite strong money.
I think it was
a few hundred.
£300.
Yeah, a few hundred. And that was... Well, it was somebody we knew, actually, wasn't it? And his mother-in-law bought it for him. Because...
No, his mother-in-law bought him a £50 gift voucher. This was someone completely different who bought... It was an Action Man sailor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they brought it for their husband for Christmas.
So it is stuff like that as well. So, you know, never say never with the second-hand stuff, because basically it can sell if it's no longer being produced. But the second-hand stuff that is a bit of a difficult shift at Christmas.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I suppose with things being so dire at the moment, you know, with the economy and politics and all that kind of stuff, people are looking back to their childhoods about happy memories and happy things. So it might be that's going to, you know, create a spike in sales of toys that, you know, because we used to play with, like, I don't know about you, but He-Man. No.
Micro machines I played.
Micro machines, yeah.
Yeah.
What were those ones called with the hologram? We've sold them loads of times. They're Supernaturals.
And Transformers
Hi,
as
Karen.
well. Hello, Karen.
Welcome to our little chat.
You're not that late, honestly. There will be people joining us probably, you know, at like, well, 1 o'clock, so you're not that late. But yeah, there's Transformers as well. There's all kinds of like action figures and all sorts of toys that do sell well. And some of the plushies that we have still have tags on. Sometimes they can do pretty well.
Yeah.
But only if they're really, really, really good condition.
Yeah.
And they can sell pretty well at Christmas.
And we have started a discount code, haven't we? Or discount markdown doodah on our store on the toy section. And I've noticed that we've sold quite a few soft toys from the toy section.
We ran this, actually, sorry,
Carry on.
barging. We ran this a couple of weeks ago, and we did it for a week. So there was a markdown of 20% for 1 week, and we sold one thing out of it, right? Oddly enough, we were still getting offers on stuff, even though the markdown would have actually given them more money off than the offer they were sending. But that's, you know, that's a completely different story, isn't it? But the fact is, with this discount this time round, is we put 20%, we put it for 2 weeks, and things have sold better.
Yeah,
actually.
things that we've had for absolutely months and months and months.
Yeah.
So maybe now's the right time for the discount. Maybe people are looking at kind of soft toys and things.
Yeah.
Well,
it isn't just the soft toys. At this time round, I did bung in a few other bits and pieces we've had for a while, and it seems to be that it's working.
Yeah, soft toys, they can sit for absolutely ages, and, you know, if you've got the storage for them, it's fine. But they, you know, they're not always quick sellers unless it's, you know, Jellycat and that kind of thing.
Better brand kind of stuff.
What are them really cute ones called that you like, that you've got some of?
Ravenstone?
No, the really expensive ones. Not Billy Bears, that's Billy Bear meat.
Oh, Charlie Bears.
Charlie Bears.
Yeah, but then Charlie Bears are sort of more for the collectors, aren't they? But like Stife and that, you know, they're sort of more for the sort of adult collectors, really, of these things. And they're, you know, they're heavier and they're just better made, really, than some of them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I have a couple myself, actually. And we did a toy fair, I think, was it last year? We did that toy fair.
I think so.
Yeah, and I took with me one of the Charlie Bears, because I had one that was, I think, one that's light purple and one that's like a wine red kind of colour.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I took one of them because I didn't want it anymore, and it didn't sell. And then afterwards, when I came back, I was just like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to keep it.
They're so adorable.
Yeah, I really like them, and they're in their original bags. I don't know why I did that. Basically, they're in their original bags, which is also really, really good.
Hey, Tommy.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
So, like, because they're in their original bag, obviously that can add a little bit of value to them as well. Which is good. Same with the creatures, actually.
Yeah.
When they're in their original bag, that can really make some difference to people. The Stife stuff, I do actually have a Stife, which is the Eeyore, because, well, I really like Eeyore.
And someone, you know, the most amazingly conscientious person bought it for you for Christmas.
Yes. Yes, you did. And, yeah, so this is something where it's actually in my storage unit at the moment, because it is, well, it's worthwhile getting. But I do have a friend of mine actually does have, this has gone really off topic, but,
As
you know,
always.
it's good, just bits of advice for stuff to look out for, isn't it? They, this friend of mine has a sooty and a sweep, right, Stife, and basically, I think they're about 150 quid each. And now she's...
We're talking about Christmas.
Yeah. So Tommy says, what was the topic? We don't know anymore.
We make
give
up
in.
as we go
we
along.
give in. But yeah, so she has these two Stove Bears, and when she priced them up, sort of about maybe a few years ago now, they were worth over £1,000 for the pair. So like they can go up in incredible value.
So you know, keep an eye out for Charlie Bears. Obviously, Stife. I don't think you're going to find Stife in a charity shop though.
Yeah, and also the thing to watch out for with Stife is that they're very easy to you know, it's very easy to kind of make ones that look like them, but they're not really them. So just be aware of that. There are the imitations.
Donna's Crafty Creations. Remembered it was Wednesday. I have an auction disaster with a happy eBay ending story. Broken label printer sold within 22 minutes for parts. Happy days.
Yes.
Brilliant.
We recently sold our old label printer.
Yeah, we upgraded to a... What's it? I can't say the name.
Sponsor us, Manbin. But yeah, so we upgraded to one of those, and the old one that I bought, I think when we first started, that was like one of these sort of no label ones, you know, no brand, no label. That wouldn't be very good for a label printer, would it? My label printer has no labels.
Karen says ice buckets have been selling well this time of year. I suppose anything alcohol related.
Yeah, like suppose sets of wine glasses and all sorts of stuff like that.
And we were watching Nick and Andrea, the Hills video the other day, and Nick said that anything to do with kind of like mixers and, you know, food processor parts will sell well this time of year because people get them out of the cupboard for the first time probably since last Christmas and realise that the part's broken or something needs replacing. So that's always good to keep an eye out for, isn't it, I suppose? So thank you, Nick, for that, and Andrea for that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything like that.
We don't, but we would pick it up if we saw it. You know.
I suppose as long as they're sort of branded as well would be good. But sometimes, these things that, you know, especially on the run up to Christmas where people are going to break stuff, let's face it, having stuff broken down to its component parts to sell if they need them is actually quite good. Like the same with Hoovers as well. I've found with people's videos that I watch, is they will get a Hoover that is broken, but they will then strip it down for the parts, sell all the parts, and of course people buy them to repair their own or the attachments they'll buy for their own.
So I suppose it's about thinking outside the box, isn't it? Like I mean, if I bet, you know, foldable chairs sell well this time of year because everyone needs an emergency chair for their family Christmas dinner. So it's about thinking outside the box, and not just gift ideas, but things that people associate with Christmas. So extra people around the house, anything alcohol related.
Yeah.
You know, we don't sell like smellies and all that kind of stuff, but
no, I mean smellies can be a tenner penny because you can go in a Poundland and you can pick up smellies is the only thing.
Unless it's the old Link stuff that's actually worth a fortune. I don't remember which one it is now.
So yeah, there is stuff like that, I suppose. But I mean, some people, you know, if they just want to buy gift boxes of, you know, soaps and all that rubbish, then they probably just go nip into Poundland or B&M, don't they, and just pick up some cheap stuff for people. Yeah,
I hate getting anything like that. Please don't get me anything like that if anyone who knows me is watching. I used to know a guy that was #1 vacuum part seller on Amazon, was doing 12 million a year back when I knew him. That was 5 or 6 years ago now. Wow. Yeah.
Well, there we go. You know, I mean, so there is a big market sometimes for the parts of stuff that, you know, broken stuff, and just strip it down and sell the stuff. We used to do that with the Star Wars vehicles, and to be honest with you, some of the Star Wars vehicles weren't worth an awful lot, but when we broke them down into the parts and sold the parts, we actually made more on them. Yeah.
And minifigures are quite good because people put them in stockings. So little stocking stuffer kind of small items.
Must make it painful to walk though.
If buying anything electrical, I make sure I don't pay too much, so I can part it out. Yeah, that's the best way. Only pay spares and repairs prices, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and I would only start that sort of use that as your benchmark. Really, is what would it cost if it doesn't work. I know American buyers pay big money for empty designer boxes like Tiffany, Gucci, etc. Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, can you imagine, like, I don't know, buying, what's a rubbish present?
It was a rubbish present.
but Donna says that, you know, you could buy it as a gag present and then they open it and there's something rubbish inside. I remember watching an interview before with Sharon Osbourne, and to her enemies she used to send a Tiffany box, and she used to get one of her small children at the time to do a little poo, and she used to put it in this Tiffany box, wrap it beautifully and send it to her enemies.
That sounds like a very Sharon Osbourne thing to do, doesn't it?
Hello, Treasure Trove UK and Furs Park.
I do remember once actually buying the box for a Lego set off of Bricklink, and the guy who sent it to me, he sent it in a Xbox console box, and then he wrapped it in brown paper. So the box that he sent it in was fine because it had brown paper around it. When I opened it up, I not only obviously took the Lego box out and sold it with the Lego set. I believe that was quite near Christmas, actually. I did that. So basically sold the Lego box and the box it was sent in as well. And it did eventually sell, I think for about 15-20 quid, the actual box.
That's another thing, isn't it? Empty boxes will sell well this time of year because people might have, you know, buy the phones from like CEX or, you know, and then they'll need the box to make it look more presentable. So like iPhone boxes and...
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? Because I think we were in CX and there were consoles and stuff, and I was talking about a particular console, and you said, because I said I had it, and you said, I bet you've still got the box for that, and I said, yes. Because I have a load in my storage unit, which is obviously the other side of this wall, somewhere in there. I have like loads of empty boxes for all the consoles that I have and other electronic stuff. And then what I do is when obviously I want to upgrade, I will then put it back in its box and sell it like that. Because just like the Charlie Bears having the bags and the Creatures having the bags can add that bit more value for people, so can the box. So I always keep the box and I always keep it. I don't flat pack though. I do keep them as they are. Yeah. And then when I want to get rid of it, you know, the console or whatever, just chuck it back in the box and sell it. Yeah. So, you know...
Karen says she's just sold an empty Wii box for 15 quid.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean,
probably worth more than bloody Wii, isn't it?
I bought some Action Man items, last year from Vinted. They're really good stuff. But the lady had packed it inside a Marks and Spencer's wooden wine box thing. Yeah. So and we sold that yesterday on another platform for 2 quid, and it was a freebie. So, and it's only 2 quid, but every little helps.
So anyway, Q4 preparations for that is to research the dates of the post around
last dates
Christmas.
For Royal Mail, every international. I don't know if international's already gone. I wouldn't think so.
It wouldn't
be
gone yet, would it?
No. We probably should have actually researched what they were and told everybody.
Well, only if you use Royal Mail, because to be fair, you probably use all sorts of services. But the bit of advice that we would say is just sit down and have a look on their website, whatever you use. You might use several different ones, is go on their websites and have a look and see what you are up against when it comes to like nearer Christmas and posting, because if you're going to run out of time, you don't really want to run out of time, do you? Otherwise you're looking at after Christmas then, and people will get up their bottoms about it because they haven't got it for Christmas.
But it's also good if you are able, we're not able to do next day postage because we don't come into the office every day, do we?
No.
Is to do the priority postage, the really super fast, where they can pay a bit extra and have it sent out, you know, pretty much straight away. Hi, JP.
There you go.
I keep calling you JD, like, you know,
JD Sports.
Or off Scrubs. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think we've ever really been tripped up with this, have we? Because, I mean, Royal Mail are pretty good at sending emails and stuff.
Yeah.
About their post dates and their final post dates on the run up to Christmas. So it's really best though just to get ahead of the game with that one and have a look on their website at what they're gonna be doing before Christmas. And the international is going to be different and stuff. So I would just really go and have a look.
Yeah.
And put it on your calendar. We've got a whiteboard, so put it on your whiteboard or whatever you have that you use as a reminder, really.
Yeah, normally on the final postage day you do get a rush of people, don't you? You do get, well, we have done the last couple of years, we've had a rush of orders. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if the joke isn't, if you go around I don't know, the shops on a Christmas Eve, it's full of panicked men buying presents for their spouses and things.
That's another thing, is if you get a lot of orders on the last postage day, bear in mind the following day, would they still be collecting? I can't remember.
I wouldn't imagine
So you research that as well, because if you're somebody who relies on Royal Mail picking up all your parcels and they're not picking up, then you need to know that as well, basically. So just get organised, really. Have it all written down. Have a little, you know, a little kind of chart, maybe, if you want to go really extravagant.
Yeah.
Have a chart of all the post dates and collections. So I'm JD. God,
JD.
JP says I'm taking a week off. So well, actually, to be fair, that leads straight on to setting time.
Tommy said asking us a question.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Okay. I offer same day, debating what to do when gets closer to Christmas. Extend the dispatch time for a bit and go on holiday mode. What's your plan?
Go on holiday mode, because the sales will be really, really quiet after the postage days, won't they? I would personally go on holiday mode.
Yeah.
And, just mentally prepare yourself for the new year and all that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah, I mean, that, like I was saying, that leads us on to the next one, really, which is about setting time away. So previous years, what we've done is we've had sort of, I think literally like just before Christmas right up until New Year. So we've had that week. And how have we found it? Was it busy?
No.
It wasn't particularly busy,
No.
was it? So that kind of period of time, you will get sales. You'll still get sales Christmas Day sometimes, But, like, basically, we want to enjoy Christmas, really. We don't want all this kind of, like, farting about, rushing up to the office to post stuff.
Yeah.
In a tiny time frame. Because also, I think the postage is affected around New Year as well.
I think so.
Yeah, so there's that too. So we just give ourselves a week off, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally. Hi, Limelight Vinty. Hello. Welcome to our little live chat.
So it says here, for Q4 as well, is using the Christmas sales that shops have as a resource for stock, for actually getting some stock in and packaging materials.
Christmas sales are a great time to go stock hunting. But also just to buy up the cheap wrapping paper, you can get it for like 10p a roll. I'm going to miss Wilkinson's, because that's where I used to go and get all my cheap Christmas stuff, because it was like 70-80% off on Boxing Day. But obviously that's no more. But obviously wrapping paper you can use as void fill. Yeah,
and sometimes all you have to do is nip in the supermarket, really, and they'll have all their wrapping paper that they've got left on sort of offer, and you can pick it up quite cheap, so you can get loads of rolls of wrapping paper, probably for a fraction of the price you would have paid for, maybe the brown paper if you buy that, or whatever else you might buy.
Oh, we've had an influx of people. Hello, Bargain Bucket UK. Christmas is always a postage nightmare. It can be, can't it?
So Treasure Trove UK has said, have you guys had the eBay sponsored or semi-funded coupon program before? And if so, did you see a big pick-up in sales?
We did, and we didn't. We had it.
We didn't.
We had it, but it made absolutely no difference to sales. And that was last year.
That was last year.
I think it was 40% or something.
It wasn't last year, it would be the year before.
And because what they do is customers get a certain amount off, and eBay foot a majority of it, and then you foot the rest. But I didn't think it was worth it. I wouldn't bother again, to be honest. Personally.
Yeah. So I'm just picking fluff off the top. So Karen says same here. Yeah. And these things can be a little bit hit and miss, I suppose. To be fair, you just got to try them. And we recently actually signed up for the off-site promotions thing, didn't we? So the adverts off-site.
Yeah, because we got £100 credit or something like that.
Yeah,
and we've done quite well on that, actually.
Yeah, we haven't spent an awful lot so far, but we have had quite a few sales out of that, actually. So
we've done over 150 or something.
About 150. Yeah, we haven't been on there long, actually. So that does bring in some sales.
Yeah, no problem, Treasure Trove. A markdown sale, I think, is better than the eBay funded ones anyway, because voucher codes, people just don't look, do they? A lot of the time, they don't look to put in a code to get the money off. So you need to do a markdown sale.
Which is
where it
easier.
comes off automatically, and people prefer that.
It's easier for a buyer, isn't it? If they go on, I mean, I know I've been on eBay, and right, so I buy books off eBay. It's basically my thing. And I always seem to frequent the same sellers, and they always have sales on their books. So it'll be like, buy one, get one 25% off, or buy two, get one free. And I like that sort of thing, because you feel like you're getting a bit more of a bargain. Because it's like, oh, well, I get 2 books and I get to choose a third. I did actually read on Reddit yesterday. Somebody had that on their store. So it was on games, I think, for like, you know, PlayStation, whatnot. So they had buy 3, get the 4th free. And somebody had bought 3 and they hadn't chosen a 4th. So they actually emailed the person and said, just to let you know, this is the offer that we're running, so you can choose a 4th game. And basically the person messaged back and told them to go F themselves. So, but that's not the first time that I've heard or witnessed somebody not want this offer. It was really weird. I was in HMV once years ago, and there was this woman stood at the till next to me, and the person behind the till said, oh, you've bought these DVDs. Just to let you know they're in the offer, you can pick another one. And she went, no, thank you, I just want these.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I turned to the bloke, right, and I went, well, if she didn't want the free one, I'll have it, you know.
You're chancing bugger, aren't you?
You know, but so people sometimes, they don't want it. They don't want these offers, but it's weird. I find it weird. It's like, why would you not want something for free?
I'm terrible for it. Whenever I buy anything, I'm always looking for a voucher or a discount code or some kind of offer. I won't buy anything at full price if I can help it. I'm a bit of a coupon queen. Tommy said he used the £100 credit. He did alright for it, and he signed up to the 70% eBay funded offsite ads for a while. Spent like £20 and had 0 return. Spoke to a rep and they advised it's not suited for me. Yeah, these won't be suited for everybody, will they?
Yeah. I didn't. Sorry, Leo has said, did you get the free DVD? Unfortunately, I didn't. As much as I wanted it, I don't think I did. Did I? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did on that occasion. I think the woman buggered off, basically, and I never got an answer. But, you know. Yeah. Whatever. Stupid people. So the Christmas sales and the New Year sales, I suppose, the January sales too, can be a good resource, especially like clothes, I suppose, if you sell clothes.
Yeah, and also Vinted, probably not now because everyone knows about it. When it was a kind of bit of a hidden gem, we used to get so much stock from Vinted, didn't we? In the early days. Oh.
Yeah.
Just had a message from Leo on my phone to say that the camera keeps wobbling. So thanks.
It's because we keep leaning on this.
And I keep getting my drinks. I forgot what was I talking about
now? January sales and clothes and Vinted.
Oh yeah, Vinted. Because Christmas Day, if you go on Vinted on Christmas Day, everyone is listing their unwanted Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And you can get some real bargains because people don't always know what they're worth, like Lego and stuff especially.
Have you ever done this thing where you've got stuff at Christmas and you've got, you know, those little what I like to call trinkets, so the little resin figures and stuff like that. And you've got these from people who obviously may not know you very well, even if you are related to them. And what they do, what I've done in the past is I've let the dust settle, right, with these things, and then sold them. Have you ever done that?
No.
No, or given them charity shop?
I mean, my relatives may watch this video, so no, I've never ever done that. And I would never do that, because I love every present I'm bought.
Yeah. Yes, so anyway. So then we can move on to Tommy Trey says I've done that.
That's all right. If Tommy's done it, we're fine.
Me. Yeah. But yeah, and I sometimes, you know, I'm having to clear out of stuff and I find all this kind of toot that people have bought for me under the bed and I just like sell it all. I've got some and then had it listed within days of Christmas in the past, which is terrible. I once sold something for 1p that someone bought me.
Obviously
days after Christmas.
I would rather that I got nothing than people, you know, when they just get filler presents, like little smelly stuff, and
Yeah.
I just end up donating them to the local charity food banky type type place, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, to be
I'm not a fan of Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, to be what were we saying?
We're saying that I'm not a fan of Christmas. No, no comment, no comment, Leo. So I don't really get excited about this time of year. I hate getting presents because I get embarrassed because
the giant golden hand scenario that happened one Christmas.
I'm not going.
You
there.
received a giant golden hand, didn't you? But anyway.
Huge.
So I always ask for vouchers now, to be fair, because
Yeah,
at
do.
least then you can get what you like, can't you, I suppose? God, Tommy says our decorations were already up. Are they still up from last year, though, is the point?
You're either
2 trees.
late taking them down or early putting them.
Yeah.
We can't have a tree.
Oh, we're going to get to that, though,
We'll get to that in a little while.
So our own preparations for Christmas, and I've got you down as first, so what do you
I buy all my stuff online. Excuse me. Or I get a lot of stuff on Vinted because I like to buy people things that I know that they will like, hopefully. So I don't like to buy all the usual tuts like the smellies and candles and all that rubbish.
Unless of course you like the
Unless you like
general
all of that kind of stuff. But I like to get things that people will like. So I'll go on Vinted and things. And my mum loves Downton Abbey. My sister loves all the horror stuff. So I'll go on there and I'll see if I can find anything kind of to do with that. But you're really easy to buy for because you just want a voucher.
Yeah, like I say, I love a voucher.
And this year my son just wants a tattoo voucher.
Yeah.
So that's really, really easy. So I mean,
innit?
I've got a few little bits and pieces because we always get a big present and then like little bits to open as well. So, but I do mine online. I hate going shopping in person.
Does anyone still do that? Do you still go Christmas shopping, like for real, and IRL? Do you know what I mean? Do you
IRL.
actually do that IRL?
Hello, Zebu. I think I missed saying hello to someone a minute ago as well.
Someone
came
Cebu,
in.
I think.
Oh, they've gone now. I don't know. If I missed you, I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. Just this one here. But anyway, so yeah, do you still go like actually Christmas shopping, or do you just do it all online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like Karen says, Amazon. I buy off Amazon. It's really handy, especially if you've like, oh my god, I've forgotten to get such and such something. Amazon next day delivery is fantastic. Hey, it's Vinyl Guardian. Hello.
Last minute shopping.
Yeah, you're a bloke. That's why. I like to. I've got all my son's presents apart from one. I need to get you a few bits, but I know what I'm buying everybody now. So and I haven't got that many presents to buy because I've only got a few family members and I don't really have any friends. So no, me and my friends, we don't buy. We don't do presents. But if anyone wants to send us any presents,
God only knows what we'd
no, don't, because I hate
what we'd
getting
end up
presents.
doing.
You could all send us
Getting
presents, then we could open them on one of our lives, you see, and then we could live react. God knows what we get off you lot.
Yeah, so my own preparations for Christmas, because what I used to do at one point was sit down and make a list of everybody I was buying for and then meticulously go through thinking, okay, what would this person really like and stuff like that, and get stuff that was really, so the I knew that person would really, really want. Not in a Spice Girls way, but So I basically used to do that, and then I think I shifted to vouchers because it's easier, and I'm absolutely rubbish at wrapping presents. I cannot wrap presents neatly.
I know this.
So I can wrap them, just not neatly. I do a real rush job of wrapping.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
When me and Alexis first started seeing each other, I was invited round to her place for a cup of tea, and I ended up wrapping all of her Christmas presents. And then I didn't realise what was going on, what the whole ploy was, until I wrapped the very last one, and you were like, "Thank you, I hate wrapping presents," and I just sat there wrapping them at the table.
See, but this is the issue, isn't it? Is like because I think we had the conversation about wrapping presents, and you went, "Oh, I love wrapping presents," So basically, like, you started wrapping the presents for me, and you didn't say that, you know, you'd had enough or anything. You just were like this conveyor of wrapping presents. And you never said to me, you know what, I'm bored now.
You take full advantage, don't you? But then again, my son Leo loves wrapping presents, so I can just vary them to him.
But I mean, yeah, but if you didn't like it that much, you could say.
Leo says, "How did that happen? You hate wrapping presents." I hate wrapping presents, but it was, you know, the first, you know, time of being around your house and stuff, and we were still trying to impress each other, and so.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
I actually hate wrapping presents.
To be fair, now if I asked her to wrap a present, she'd probably tell me to F off.
I wrapped some of your presents last year. I do.
Did
believe.
you? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, I know. It turns into a great big bloody fight at this rate.
We've got our
wouldn't
boxing
it?
gloves.
I know, yeah, but we don't have to use them.
No.
Yes. So the preparation is just by vouchers now. Really, I have kind of alternated years where I bought stuff for people to gifts. I know some people they're a bit like, yeah, but I like something to open on Christmas Day, and I don't just like getting a voucher and stuff like that. And it's a bit like, okay, well, you're now in your 40s, it's tough, you know, or whatever, however old they are. It just kind of feels like some people are a little bit, I don't know, like on the run up, okay, this is really sort of psychology now, isn't it? On the run up to Christmas, people regress.
Do they?
I don't know. It just you don't know, do you?
I don't know. I don't like Christmas. I don't want any presents.
I do know people who get really hung up on Christmas as being this massive like time of year. They have no kids, nothing.
I used to, didn't I? Get hung up on Christmas and want it to be absolutely perfect. But
see, one of the things to be perfect when you've got two people in the household who aren't that bothered is a recipe for disaster, really, isn't it? And it's you know, sort of a massive disappointment then, isn't it? It's just like, why aren't you getting excited by Christmas? And just don't really. So Vinyl Guardian, I told my wife I don't want any Christmas presents, but she bought the tickets for Paul McCartney.
There's no accounting for taste.
Just happy to see my two grandkids open their presents. That's a thrill I have, yeah. Because, I mean, people say Christmas is for kids, really, don't they? And I suppose that is true. I don't think I've been excited by Christmas since I was a kid. But then my sister's a lot younger than me. And when she was a little kid, it used to be exciting because she was a kid, you know. I mean, I was 20 when she was born, so... You know, there was a child in the house.
I love buying presents, and I would literally buy and buy and buy and buy until I ran out of money or space to put them. But you have to kind of be like, you know, talk some sense into me, don't you?
Now, Jen has this habit of buying presents that she knows people will love and then becoming impatient with it.
I get so excited.
Basically because what she wants is for the people to open them. Now, these people might not even know they have this gift, but she will give them the gift sometimes 2 weeks or more earlier than the day itself. And then fine, she runs out of presents.
But then I just buy some more.
And then she buys more. So sometimes for you, Christmas can be quite expensive, can't it, I suppose? And that's why I just get, you know, I get the vouchers for people, I bung them in a card, I send them to them, or I hand them to them, and job done. And then they get what they like, everyone's happy. You know, I remember doing that because my friend, she's got 3 kids, there's her and her husband, and I bought them one year a £50 voucher so that she could buy some and they could all have. So for some bizarre reason, she buys a ukulele. Now, at the end of the day...
because she's middle class, that's what they buy.
At the end of the day, that's, you know, it's not up to me, obviously, to say what the voucher's used for. She bought the ukulele. And her son one day was playing the ukulele and singing. And he goes, "Oh, Mum, I really like my ukulele." And she went, "It's not just your ukulele, it's all our ukulele."
Who buys a ukulele?
And it just made me laugh. It really made me laugh.
I mean, no offence against the middle classes, but we're clearly not middle class. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to send us an air fryer.
Yeah, our air fryer died.
It died, it's buried, it's dead and gone.
I love this story, yeah. Our air fryer's dead, so if anyone wants to send us an air fryer, and I'm joking, don't do this.
Yeah, not used one.
If anyone has got any recommendations of which one to buy, then let us know, that'd be lovely.
Top of the range air fryer.
Vinyl Guardian. I know you were slagging off Green Day before, but they're announced as as headlining Download Festival. So hopefully we're going to get tickets when they go on sale tomorrow, so we can actually see Green Day, and I'm so excited because we've been to Download before, haven't we?
Now, we had this conversation last night that the general sale goes on Thursday, and I said, don't be disappointed if it sells out really quickly. No, she's still really excited. She's bouncing off the walls, isn't she?
I love Green Day.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so...
But for Christmas, you've brought me already, and I know what you've got me because I asked you for it. And it's 2 tickets to London West End to see Wicked, because I love the theatre. So, and you're getting from me a voucher for Amazon Books.
Yeah, just because I love reading Kindle books, basically.
Yeah, there's some quite good people. Who else is there? Weezer are there.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, this is Christmas.
Yeah, I know this is about Christmas, and she's now a walking advert for a festival. Oh, okay, so Zebu, am I pronouncing that correctly? Says the best Christmas presents for me is food.
Yes. We're getting food from my son Leo. We're getting because we're them weird vegan people, but we're not weird vegans, we're just normal vegans.
We're not going to
if there's such a thing. Is that an oxymoron? A normal vegan, I don't know, but we're getting an afternoon.
Seems to be in this day and age, doesn't it?
An afternoon tea for 2, but it's delivered to the house, so you don't even have to leave, and that's like the most amazing thing ever. So,
yeah,
I hate surprises.
There's a little man turn up at the door with a little kettle, like tea.
I want it from Mrs. Doyle from Father Ted. Would you like a cup of tea? I can't do the accent. Do it, Mrs. Doyle.
Tea, father.
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound fancy. I'm sure it's got a fancy price, but we're worth it.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll leave you on this note, which is some funny stories. So would you like to take one of yours first?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we have got a cat called his name is Rogelio. Excuse me, but we call him Rolo because it's easier. And he hates Christmas, apparently. I used to want to go the whole hog, have Christmas tree, all the decorations, all the trimmings and all of that stuff. But Rolo was like, no, you're not doing that. One year I put the Christmas tree up and he dive bombed it, like cats do, and knocked it down. So me and him got into an absolute war with this Christmas tree. I was determined that it was going up. He was determined it was going down. Basically, he won.
If you can imagine this tiny little kitten that's predominantly white, he's got ginger patches on him, so just picture this in your mind, and then picture this little kitten throwing himself at a Christmas tree while this woman runs up, picks it up and starts, saying, no, don't do that. It's our Christmas tree, you're ruining Christmas.
I literally nearly cried.
To which point she stands it back up and he dive bombs it yet again, over and over, and it was so funny. Because I think what was equally as funny was the fact that he was just doing it over and over, but you were getting so enraged, and it just made
he was ruining
so
Christmas.
Funny.
Christmas had to be perfect.
Oh my god! And you ended up leaning the Christmas tree against the wall because essentially, I think he'd pretty much bent it, hadn't he, by that point?
And then the next year, we did actually buy a tree. It was a black tree, I think, wasn't it? We bought some fancy Christmas lights. And the little bugger, how long did you spend unravelling these lights?
So I must have spent at least maybe 20 minutes to half an hour just unravelling the Christmas lights. And within about 2 seconds, he'd chewed them. And they didn't work anymore. Yeah. So, waste of time.
I think then Leo broke the Christmas tree. So we didn't have one that year either. I don't know. Oh my God. I would have cried as well.
So Fluffy Muffin's cat left a dead robin under the tree.
Cats are psychopaths, aren't they? They really are. I mean, ours is an indoor cat, luckily. He even ruined our tiny tree. Yeah, he did ruin our tiny tree as well. Yeah.
It was very sad. We gave him a good send-off, though. Put him in the bin, really, probably, or something like that.
And I'm going to ask the chat this. What is the weirdest Christmas present you've ever had? Because while you're all thinking and typing, I'm going to tell you what mine was. When I was 17, I was in a relationship, and I went round to this boy's mum's house on Christmas Eve it was, and I had a pile of gifts. I thought, oh, this is lovely. Opened it there in front of my who would be my mother-in-law, and it was a sexy negligee. I was 17. This was my mother-in-law. It was also in a size 16 and I was a size 8. Believe it or not, you know. But that is my weirdest Christmas present ever. Anybody? How about you, Alexis? What's the weirdest present you've ever had?
God, the weirdest Christmas present. I don't think I've ever had a strange Christmas present. I've had two, to be fair. I've had two from people. That there's absolutely no way that I would ever bloody want that in my life. But I don't think I've ever had anything that's been really... Oh, hang on. No, okay. So I won't say who this was, right? But basically, one of my relatives, who was a close relative, so you would think would know me pretty well. Now, they bought me a meerkat experience voucher. Oh, yeah. So essentially, I would go and I would walk among these meerkats and feed them and all sorts of stuff. Now, the only problem with this, I hate meerkats, right? I really don't like them, and that might be controversial. I don't care. I don't like them, right? Cute. So I really don't like them. For some reason, I find them eerie. And the same with sloths. I just find them really eerie. Really, really strange looking, right? So they probably think the same thing about me, but, you know, whatever. So I was just like, I don't know what to do with this. And then because we exchanged the voucher, didn't we, for an afternoon tea. And went and had that instead, because there's no way you get me near a meerkat. Absolutely nothing. No way. I think what it is when I was a kid, my dad gave me photos from when he went to, if you know Norfolk, like Gresson Hall or somewhere like that. And there was a picture of a meerkat in there, and it looks so odd. And I think it just kind of made me really weirded out by him for the rest of my life.
Let's have a who is in the chat. Oh, Donna had a hunting knife. I mean, handy. If there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, that's quite handy, isn't it?
Or if you ever want to become a serial killer or something, you know, that's totally up to you, isn't it, really? But
JP?
Tommy says, my brother got me a present that said, for a brother who has everything inside, a fake poo on some fake grass in the parks.
JP's mum, when he went to uni, brought him food and wrapped everything.
Each Brussels sprout separately. Vinyl Guardian says, best thing you can ever do with a meerkat or peacock is play Ming calls, distressing calls from YouTube on your phone when you're around them, and watch how they react. It's fantastic. And then corrected, mating, not Ming.
Mating calls.
So mating calls. Actually, the cat loves like all the sounds that Alexa plays. So if you set peacock calls, he
loves it.
He'll be looking out the windows and stuff.
He's a weird little thing. What did Treasure Trove say? My daughter, 3 at the time, saw us putting water in the Christmas tree holder when we got it. 2 days later, we caught her pouring her cup of tea all over the tree base.
So she
gotta love kids.
She gave that Christmas tree a lot of caffeine that year.
What would the mating call of a human be?
Oh God, don't even ask.
JD's just said you can do that with humans as well.
To be fair, right, years ago when I was about probably, I don't know, I would have been about maybe 11 or something like that. Me and my mum, we had this Yorkshire. Oh, sorry, there goes the camera again. It's like an earthquake. And we had a Yorkshire Terrier, and my mum one year decided that she would get a real Christmas tree. So basically, all these like little needly things that they drop, and the dog was going mental. Now, this is a dog who, when we took her to the park, used to find a patch of seagull crap and roll around in it grunting, right? So, and she used to do a lot of other gross things, but, you know, shall I say what they are?
Yeah, go on.
All right, I'll tell this first. So
try not to swear, because I can't block it out online.
So basically, she would go underneath this Christmas tree where all these needles were and just roll around in them. And you'd have to pick them out of her fur one by one, you know, and she'd be grunting then as well. And another thing she liked to do, and a lot of them like this, I also know someone else who had a Yorkshire Terrier who did exactly this, is they would go to the bathroom, go into the laundry basket, get out used pants, and then you would find them somewhere essentially licking the pants, grunting and being like all over them. Like
Animals are disgusting, aren't they? They're adorable but disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, it was worse when I used to go around someone's house and they had a Yorkie who used to, you know, like grab my used pants and run out of the garden with them. And then this person's mum would go out into the garden, find a pair of, ladies' knickers, take them back in the house and hang them from the bloody banister, and be like, Alexis, I've got something of yours. Like, Jesus, I'll leave my panties alone.
Final Guardian said his mating call was, put your coat on, you've pulled. See, mine used to be, excuse me, can I have your phone number because I've lost mine? And it works more often than you'd think.
So Leo has said, my mate's dog pulls Sani pads out of the bathroom bin. Now, actually, this isn't the first time I heard of that either. There used to be a pub, right, in this town where I lived years ago, and they had an Irish wolfhound, and everyone would be sat there enjoying their meal or enjoying their pint, and all of a sudden this Irish wolfhound would slink out of the ladies' toilets with used tampons in his mouth while everyone was sat around eating.
Oh, animals are gross.
I also know someone had a dog that someone else I knew was dog sitting for, and they had loads of cats, and there was all these cat trays, and the dog would eat the contents of the cat tray. Oh. So I hope you're not eating your lunch at the moment, because if you are, you're probably not enjoying it anymore. So I'll just wrap up with my funny-ish stories. Now, I've told loads of stories of dogs doing gross things, So one year, my grandparents came round to my mum's, and we had Christmas lunch, and they bought me a desk, right? So nice, I think I was not even 10 by this point. And they bought me this desk, and we sat down to eat, and my mum was like, heavy hinting about the washing up. So they were like, yeah, don't worry. After lunch, we'll do the washing up. It's fine, right? So after lunch, my mum went in the kitchen and she took all the plates through and stuff, and my grandparents had disappeared, right, into the ether, gone. And we looked everywhere for them, it's like, have they gone out to the car? Where are they? Where have they gone? And it turns out they were upstairs putting the desk together to avoid doing the washing up.
Christmas washing. Oh, thank God for a dishwasher, though. Christmas washing up is the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The WhatsApp noises that start off as a normal video then turn into sex noises. What? Catch me out regular. He's eating his lunch. We just had a picture from JP, and I imagine that's his lunch. Or maybe it's his throw up. Because you've been talking about
vegetable soup, is it?
Vegetable soup, yeah, plenty of peas.
Another Christmas washing up related scenario, because let's face it, basically Christmas washing up is, it's rubbish, isn't it, to be fair. There's always so much more. But I was once at my aunt's house, me and my sister were around there, we had lunch there, and then I helped my aunt do the washing up. And every plate, I don't know whether I was nervous about helping her or what, but every plate I took off the drying rack, right, I was like, got the tea towel and I was doing, giving it a going over. And it was flying out of my hand and for some reason was landing in my uncle's shoe. Every single bloody plate was just flying out my hand into my uncle's shoe, which then had to be washed up again. So it was a never-ending cycle of like washing shoe.
But anyway, to recap.
Yes.
Basically, sell anything you can at Christmas. Eat too much food. Buy all the stuff from the sales. Job's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah. You're alright, you look deep in thought.
Yeah, sorry, it's just these... It's just the thing is we don't read all the comments, so like sometimes you lose the thread of them, and then when you come back to them you go, what? What?
I know. I don't know how people who have busy chats about hundreds of people manage this, because we struggle when there's like 25.
I think what they do is they just don't read them. Or they like pick out some of them.
Sorry, Donna says, and if you have a mad cat, don't bother with a tree. Yeah, cats hate Christmas. Don't they, basically?
Yeah, I mean, when I had a dog, she used to poop under the Christmas tree as well. So, there was always a nice little present on Christmas Day. Dirty little bugger she was, but,
Okay,
yes.
we'll leave you there then. Oh, hold on. Leo's just filling us in on some context. In context of some bloke walking around watching porn thinking his headphones were in, but they weren't, so the whole shop could hear.
How embarrassing.
We've all been there.
I haven't. I haven't.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in to our
Yes.
lives. Hope you like them. We might be getting some guests on in the coming weeks.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to, I think we said about like maybe doing it every other week or something, but we're just going to kind of figure out the format. We want to try with that one, aren't we?
Yeah, so, you know, we'll have some people on to chat, so
Yeah.
you don't have to just listen to us two droning on.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming, Donna. You know, it's nice.
Yeah, thank
it's
you for a
that
nice
people
chat
actually
as well.
tune in. Yeah, like and subscribe, everyone. We've got like
Yes.
I think it's 627 subscribers, so that's nice. I think we've reached our watch hours now for the next doodah, whatever you call it. But we need 1,000 subscribers, and then we can be monetised, and then you know we could have a nice Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, not that we're holding everyone to ransom about that, but we're holding you ransom. No, we aren't.
628's gone up.
Yes.
Are you doing a Christmas special? You'll have to see. I have got plans actually.
You've got plans?
Or we've got plans. We were looking
Well,
at...
have we? Well, everyone probably now heard that when you whispered it, to be fair. But yeah, there is going to be something that at the moment is in the pipeline. So it's not something, I mean, you probably just heard us say fundraiser, to be fair. So I'll just say it out loud. The fact of the matter is that, you know, Jen had this idea about some sort of fundraiser. At the moment, there's nothing set in stone with it. There's no real concrete plans, but we are, or you are at the moment. I think you're looking into what you want to do and the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
So just, you know, basically bung notifications on or something, because at some point, if we do, you know, future video, you'll probably talk about that more, won't you?
Yeah,
Anyway.
apologies again for the cock up with the video earlier in the week. If anybody noticed, I don't know if you did.
Yeah.
We accidentally deleted a video.
What
and
it
then
was,
re-uploaded.
right, okay, I'll justify myself here. Okay, so...
Could you do it quickly, because I'm dying for a wee.
Yeah, of course. So what happened was, I don't know whether anyone else who does YouTube videos finds this, but sometimes it will say, problem uploading a video. So if you then press delete on that, it will actually upload it. It will upload the one that you successfully it will delete the one that you successfully uploaded as well. And that's exactly what happened. You know, I was getting like uber efficient, like, I'll just delete that. That's nothing. Apparently it was something. And that deleted the whole video.
And about 80 watch hours.
And about 80 watch hours on one of the videos. So yeah, I mean, lesson learned, if you have that on yours and you want to delete that, just make sure that you realise you're going to have to put that video back on probably, because I don't know what the issue is with that, but...
God knows.
You know.
But no harm done. We've still
No.
reached our numbers and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, so we'll see you in the next one. We're hoping to do a weird and wacky world of eBay for Friday, aren't we? All the weird stuff that you can find on eBay that have sold on eBay and all that kind of stuff. Oh, thanks, JD.
So
JP
has said, I'm glad you said, because my lip reading skills are pretty off, it turns out. But yeah,
could have got away with it then.
no, probably not. There would have been people who would have heard it, I'm sure, you know.
Yep. Have a lovely day, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Hope
Yeah.
everyone's sales go ka-ching.
She needs a wee, so she's
I
desperate
do, I'm
to leave
desperate
this
for a
live,
wee.
to be fair, you know.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.